day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel here on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. It is a beautiful Friday. I hope you're all planning a beautiful Friday. I get to go see my children perform today at our local, one of our local big music and performance venues, the Market Hall. My daughter is going to be doing some circus-style silk, like when you climb up on the two silk things and you do flips and stuff like that. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but she's going to be doing some of that. And I'm going to get to see a short film that my 12-year-old son has made, which I'm totally excited to see. I'm totally excited to see both of these things. So can't wait. So my Friday's looking bright. I got a little package in the mail this morning from my dear friend Hillary Thompson, my beloved, dearly wonderful friend Hillary Thompson. And now, back in the 80s, in the punk rock scene, Washington D.C. was one of the greatest epicenters of that happening. Legendary stuff came out of Washington, D.C. Bands like Minor Threat and the Bad Brains, and, The Void, The Faith. They're all slipping my... Shudder to Think, Fugazi, Embrace, Ignition. Tons of great bands. I'm missing... my mind's blanking because I don't have them written down in front of me, and that always happens. But, and a legendary place for punk rock. And the kind of the hub of it all was this club called the 930 Club. And Hillary sent me an original 930 Club t-shirt. Can you believe it? Oh my God. It fits perfectly. It's fucking awesome. This is punk rock history, ladies and gentlemen. Iconic punk rock history. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Hillary. This is the best t-shirt I have right now. This is fucking, I'm honored that you would send me this. And wrapped up in that t-shirt was a can of my favorite dip, Skol Original. Hey now. Taking care of my neighbor's cat. Little Miss Mocha. Alright. So, yeah, I recently seen Suit and Tie Dip and Chew Guy do like a quick review on this stuff. Hold on. So, yeah, he did a review of this stuff, like one of his little quick What Is It reviews. And, he was talking about his 5 favorite wintergreen dips. That's what it was. And this one made number 5, not because he liked it so much, but it's a part of history. It's, other than Copenhagen Snuff, it's the original dip. As you can see, it is kind of like a snuff cut more than a fine cut. That's Skol Original fine cut. And like Suit and Tie Dip and Chew Guy said, back before all the long cuts and all the flavors came out, this was just known as Skol, because this is the only product they had. And this is kind of what I grew up on dipping when I was young, so that's why I have such an affinity towards it. And I love it. It's my favorite wintergreen. So cheers, everybody. I'm going to try to get a fatty here. It's so hard to pinch. That's the only... Did I get it in one? I think I got it in one. Right on. Oh, it's delicious. Holy fuck. Alright. So, a couple good things. yeah, like I said, I think I said I get to go see my kids perform at Market Hall today. That's pretty great. And I think I got a job as a harmonica teacher we have two music stores in town. One's the big box store that I cannot stand and recently wrote a scathing review of on their webpage. But we have another music store called Mars Music, and Mars is where I pretty much always go. The other place I would go to out of necessity, and only that, and I won't be going there anymore. So, but yeah, Marcus Marr himself contacted me just the other day and asked if I'd be interested in doing like an introduction to the harmonica kind of workshop series, He said one of his most often asked questions in his store is, how do I get started on harmonica? Which, the fact that that's the most asked question in his store blows me away, and I can definitely show how to get started on harmonica, and I want to thank Erin, my current student, who, through the lessons I've given her, she's kind of taught me how to teach the harmonica. So it all kind of falls into place, It's good. So wish me luck on that, folks. I might be going legit. But anyhow, so I'm going through my bag. Told you I'd be pulling stuff out of this bag and just talking about it. And this is something kind of interesting that is anything but forgotten in the Peterborough music scene. Back in around the turn of the century, a lot of the bands, like a lot of the rock bands that were coming out of Peterborough, were all based in people who worked in kitchens, right? So we kind of coined this term kitchen rock, because most of these bands kind of tried to play, awesome music to listen to while you're working in a fucking sweaty hot kitchen, And so yeah, all these bands are made up of kitchen people, except for maybe Benny Ruff, but this is the poster. The Fontanelles, the Venisons, the Last Men on Earth, and Benny Ruff. What does it say? Sure, but spell, all ages. Peterborough Kitchen Rock Spectacular. Yeah, this was fucking cool. The Fontanelles were a band, one of the best bands I've ever had, and also one of the most short-lived bands I ever had. We were a total fucking garage rock band, and we played like fucking 3-chord fuzzy fucking music, and it was myself on guitar and vocals, lead guitar and vocals, my buddy Steve on rhythm guitar, my buddy Rich on bass guitar, and my buddy Dan on the drums. And man, I miss that band so much. I have a recording of it somewhere. I have like we made one little CDR and made a few copies of it, and I have a copy in my room. I wish I could play it for you guys, because I'm pretty damn proud of it. But short-lived and pretty much forgotten now. The Fontanelles. The other bands on there, the Venisons. The Venisons is now after these are kind of post Jackson Sanatorium bands. The Fontanelles certainly, and the Venisons also as well. Venisons consisted of Neil Lorenzen, who played bass in the Jackson Sanatorium with me. He's the front man, lead slide guitar player and singer of the Venisons. Dan, my friend Danny, from the Fontanelles. He plays bass in the Vennisons, and I don't know who their drummer is now. The Last Men on Earth was made up of 3 people who worked in the kitchen I worked in. And their names are Adam, who sings and plays guitar, JP, who plays bass and sings, and Eli, who plays the drums. Eli and I are old friends that had a falling out a couple years ago over some real fucking bullshit. So, but I won't go into that now. But yeah, they play like surf rock, and they're fucking great. They were, for years, they were my all-time favorite band in Peterborough. And Benny Ruff, who I've done gigs with recently. I don't know really what he was doing at this time. I don't think he's ever been a kitchen guy, but he was on the bill anyway. He probably set up the gig. That's probably why he's on it. But, yeah, so that was, the Fontanelles were a fucking super cool band. It was the only time I've ever played in a band with 2 guitars that when I'm playing one of them, you know. I never had a rhythm guitar player before. Because usually I'm the rhythm guitar player, if anything, you know. And yeah, and most of the members were pretty green. Like the other guitar player really didn't play much guitar. The bass player was just picking up the bass, and Dan really wasn't. The drums weren't his first instrument for sure, but all of that worked and made for an amazing garage rock band. And one of the best gigs I ever played in my entire life was the Fontanelles' farewell gig in Steve's basement at his just across Little Lake when he lived there. It was just a basement gig, and man, it was just packed and incredible and sweaty and fun as hell. Everything that a guy like me likes in a punk rock show. So yeah, and that was probably one of about. I think we probably played about 5 gigs, you know. So this was one of them at the Spill. So, and I don't really remember the night, but I know that it was fucking fun as hell. So, anyhow, that's about it. I just wanted to brag about my kids and show off my new T-shirt and thank Hillary and talk about this poster I found in my bag of stuff that I'm pulling out to show you stuff from these days. But, all right. Be well and stay free, everybody. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye now.